And we're live. Hello, everybody. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Dr. Power. Hi, Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann was first. Congratulations to Ruth Ann. Is my mic working? It appears to be. Crazy weekend, guys. Just finished with an audition a few minutes ago, so I am back. Congratulations on Ina, Queen of Heaven, on being last. And we are set to go. This is Trump speaking in Tucson. The rally has already started, but yeah, you know, we don't care. Let me put on some headphones and see if I hear anything. Been moving things around in the studio all day because I had an audition. So, all right, I'm back, kids. Let's get to this. That's not going to work. Let me make an adjustment, and I'm back, kids. Let's get there.
Wow.
Super loud in my ear. I'm going to adjust it. Guys, let me know what his volume is like for you. Shh. Quiet, computer. Producer Rich, if you're in here, yes, he did do the mic touch.
Thank you.
Hey, Stephanie. I love some chopped liver with some onions.
Thank you, Tucson.
Actually, it's been so long since I've had liver, I have no idea if I even like it.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Tucson. I'm thrilled to be in Arizona with the thousands of loyal, hardworking American patriots. 15 days from now, we're going to win the state.
Yeah, as he flew in, they showed an overhead shot from Air Force One, I take it, of him landing in, was it this city or the previous city? I don't know. It's been a strange day. And yeah, there are massive crowds. But the fact that he's in Arizona doing a rally, the fact that he did a rally in Georgia, the fact that Georgia is in play, very bad news for Trump.
State of Arizona.
Georgia was supposed to be in play 20 years ago. And every year the Democrats were like, oh, this is in play. Oh, yeah, it's going to be in play. All of the people moving and the tech and the young people and the millennials and, oh, Georgia's going to do. And the black people are going to finally come out and da-da-da-da-da. And when I say that, caveat there, black women have always been the most active voters in the United States over the last 50 years. Usually almost 70% of African-American women get out and vote on a regular basis. But yeah, the fact that he's going to Georgia? Wow. Hey, producer Joanna. Hey, Chuck, good to see ya.
And we are going to win 4 more years in that beautiful White House. Everybody needs to get out and vote. Return your absentee ballot or vote.
Everybody needs to get out and vote.
You can go out there, I think today. When do you do it? Today, tomorrow, whatever. You can go out and vote today, they say. Today, go out and vote. That beats a ballot. Do you agree? That beats a ballot. Remember the old-fashioned days when you'd actually go out and vote. Today they send you millions of ballots. Are you okay over there? Everyone fine? Good? Okay. He looks better than I do, that guy. He looks better than I do. Good. Thank you.
Pretty much everybody looks better than he does. Giving him a ding-ding on that.
You make sure you're okay. With your vote, we'll continue to cut your taxes and regulations, maintain energy independence, which we have now.
Joanna, you didn't get any dings. What are you talking about?
Strengthen our military, support our police, protect our Second Amendment. I don't know. I don't see you people. I don't think you're going to want to give up those guns.
By the way, did you guys hear his call to supporters today? He sounded completely drunk. In fact, we should listen to that because I haven't had a chance to listen to anything. I just got done with my audition. And then, who was it? One of you guys, somebody said, hey, can you do the rally? And I'm like, okay, yes, I will do the rally. Happy to do it. I've missed you guys so much. I'm going to find out while he's speaking if he, and Boyd, in the call to his supporters, wow, does he sound drunk.
I don't think so. That's not for Arizona. Defend our borders, arrest violent criminals, and confirm more judges to uphold the rule of law.
Stephanie, it was Stephanie.
Under my leadership, prosperity will surge. What we've done in the last 3.5 years has been incredible. Nobody's ever done what we've done There is no administration that's accomplished what we've accomplished in the first 3.5 years. Not even close.
And completely ignored a pandemic. Yeah.
Optimism will boom. The pandemic, it's rounding the turn. Vaccines are coming.
It's going.
And I look fine, don't I?
Way.
You know. And we'll get back to a normal life. That's what we want. Just a normal, just 7 months ago, we want to get back. And we'll be better than that very soon. We built a foundation that's so strong. And you see what's happening? Stock market through the roof. Your 401ks through the roof. Your stocks through the roof. Your housing through the roof. Everything is good. Your optimism. And what about 56% of the people? Just a Gallup poll just came out. 56% of the people say they're better off today than they were 4 years ago. And we have a pandemic. And next year,
because we know you're almost gone,
will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. That's what's going to happen. We're cutting your taxes. They're raising your taxes. That's an easy one to figure out, isn't it? This election is a choice between a Trump super recovery or a Biden depression, if he even gets to run. It's a choice between getting a safe vaccine and getting back in and working. And by the way, you have a governor here today. He's done a great job and he's kept you open. You're open. Unlike some of them, like Michigan. You know, we won the case in Michigan, you know. The only one that was allowed to have a good time was the governor's husband. He was allowed to do whatever the hell he wanted, but nobody else. They were like in a prison. But we're going to have a safe vaccine, and Biden, you know what he's going to do? Lock them down. Let's lock everybody down. But we built the greatest economy ever. We had to close it down. We saved millions of lives by doing what we did. Then we built it back up, and now we're doing record-type numbers. And it's a choice between the American dream or a socialist nightmare. That's what it is. Biden will delay therapies, postpone the vaccine, prolong the pandemic, close your schools, and shut down our country. And we're opening rapidly, and we've got a V shape. It may be a super V. It looks like it's a super V, which nobody ever even...
No one's ever heard of it, because it's not a thing. There's no such thing as a super, that's what, anyway.
Been heard of before.
No, you just made it up.
He will massively raise your taxes. Bury your you will be buried in regulations. You know, we cut regulations.
Bury your regulations?
It would take 8 bury your you will be buried in. He will massively raise your taxes. Bury your you will be buried in regulations. You know, we cut regulations. Your taxes. Bury your you will be buried in regulations. He will massively raise your taxes. Bury your you will be buried in regulations. You know, we cut regulations. It would take 18 to 21 years to get a highway approved. We have it down to 1 year. And you know what? From 2 to 1, well, very shortly, to be exact. Right now, it's less than 2. We're going to have it down to 1 year. And it may get rejected for environmental reasons or safety, and that's okay. Probably not, but that's okay. But you know what? You're going to have it approved or not approved, 21-year process. And this has gone on all over the country. And in my opinion, what we've done on regulations is even more important than the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. I think it's more important. And they're going to bring...
His tax cut was not anywhere near the biggest tax cut in the history of the country. Just since Reagan, it was the...
Those regulations...
however you measure it, either with the dollar adjusted for inflation or per capitas, all of the per capitas.
They want to dismantle your police department.
Hey, Christopher.
Dissolve your...
I'm getting death circles. Come on. Knock it off. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry, guys. It's just doing its thing. Even my incoming is getting death circles. When I did my audition today, which was remote, I actually used my cell phone data. So I disconnected from the Wi-Fi's. Or did I?
Borders, dissolve your borders. If you,
I think I actually forgot to, so I got lucky because I didn't want to stay connected to the Wi-Fi's. No, I stayed connected to the Wi-Fi's. I got really lucky that I didn't crash during the audition.
You don't have borders. You don't have a country.
They're so mean.
Confiscate your guns. Ban American energy. Wipe out private health care. 180 million people, terminate religious liberty. This is for the women who live in the suburbs. They want to destroy your suburbs. And I ended the rule that was going to destroy. I ended the regulation.
That rule wasn't going to destroy anything.
That was going to destroy. I kept hearing that women from the suburbs won't like Trump. I said, why? Because I'm stopping crime. You're going to have suburbs be safe. Suburbs, you're having safe suburbs. And you're not going to have low-income housing projects built next to your house.
Okay, you be quiet. Let's bring this over, guys. This is the breaking news on his campaign call with supporters and...
Ago. The 45th President of the United States. Landing in Phoenix this afternoon, President Trump predicted...
Ever done. We built the greatest economy.
Here we go.
Arizona, defying polls that show him trailing Joe Biden, and said he expects to win the whole thing.
I think we'll do better than 2016. We're way ahead of where we were in 2016, and I've done things that nobody's ever done. We built the greatest economy in the world, and we're building it rapidly again.
But in a conference call with some 2,000 campaign workers this morning, the president suggesting not long ago he wasn't so sure.
We're going to win. I wouldn't have said that 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
He said it multiple times 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. I wouldn't have said it. It was
said it multiple times.
Tougher for me.
President Trump kept up the drumbeat about Joe Biden's son Hunter and what Biden knew about Hunter's overseas business dealings. The president indicating there is more to come.
He should be in jail. He's a criminal, and he should be in jail. Joe Biden has a scandal coming up that's going to make him almost an impotent candidate. This scandal is so big.
The president...
Oh, good. Another just you wait manufactured.
Also taking aim again at his top infectious disease expert after Dr. Anthony Fauci said he was stunned to see a lack of social distancing and mask wearing at the Amy Coney Barrett nominating event.
When I saw that on TV, I said, oh, my goodness. Nothing good can come out of that.
This is from 60 Minutes last night.
That's got to be a problem. And then sure enough, it turned out to be a super spreader event.
Always wear your mask.
On the campaign call this morning, President Trump insisting people have COVID fatigue.
People are tired of hearing Fauci and all these idiots.
Fauci's an idiot.
These people that have gotten it wrong. Every time he goes on television, there's always a bomb, but there's a bigger bomb if you fire him. But Fauci's a disaster. I mean, this guy's, if I listened to him, we'd have 500,000 deaths.
This afternoon
he claims that Fauci didn't want the Chinese travel ban. And as we know, because we watched the live stream, Fauci's on tape with Trump standing right there explaining, yes, we came to him with the travel ban. It was their suggestion.
President slightly more charitable.
Dr. Fauci's a very nice man, but we let him do what he wants to do. I don't want to hurt him. He's been there for about 350 years.
With the last presidential debate looming on Thursday, the Trump campaign
God damn it, that's my joke.
lashed out again today at the Commission on Presidential Debates, complaining the commission was ignoring the tradition of having the final debate focus on foreign policy by announcing it would be about a variety of topics. In a conference call,
his support for sending those pallets of cash to Iran.
The Iranian cash? Yeah.
this afternoon,
The money that belonged to Iran?
in a letter to the Commission on Presidential Debates, the Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien writing, quote, "For the good of campaign integrity and for the benefit of the American people, we urge you to rethink and reissue a set of topics for the October 22nd debate with an emphasis on foreign policy."
Yeah, maybe if they hadn't chickened out of the second debate, they could complaints about what is now the second debate. There is no third debate. Foreign policy debate, which is fine. We should have a foreign policy. I don't care. Yes, foreign policy. Talk about it. Absolutely. We talked about it during the last debate a little bit too. But they're just going to complain about whatever they... if you get a chance, read that letter, actually. It's very funny. Because like right on the first debate, which Donald Trump won, and it's just like, oh my God. Like won easily or something. Like it's embarrassing. Just embarrassing, the amount of editorializing that goes on in what should be a fairly straightforward letter. But snowflakes. It's just Unbelievable.
Trump campaign told me this afternoon the commission has received the letter, but at this point, there doesn't appear to be any reason to see that they would change.
They're going to drop out of the third debate. Running so scared. I'm sorry, but he's campaigning in Georgia. They know they're getting hammered.
Ended the regulation that would have destroyed you.
And he just said that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, he didn't think he was going to win. But he was telling everyone he was going to win. He doesn't think he's going to win. He doesn't think he's going to win. In the earlier campaign, we'll see if he's in this one. In the earlier rally, he was saying, I could call up the head of Exxon. I could raise $1 billion in one day. It would be so easy. Be so easy. I just don't want it. I don't want all that money. I don't want it. I'm not interested.
Your suburbs.
No, there's no third debate because he dropped out of the second debate. There were 3 debates. There's always 3 debates, or at least there has been since they decided that was the format to it, and that was several debates ago. I should say several elections ago. But he dropped out of the second debate. So, and said, oh, you know, we should do another debate afterwards right before the election. And the election commission was like, no, we had the 3 debates scheduled and you decided not to do the second debate. So now this one is the second debate.
It's amazing how the women like me all of a sudden.
What?
And as you know, the Democrats, they want to cut our military bone, and we built the greatest military right now in the history of our country, frankly, in the history of the world.
I would argue that the United States military in World War II was a greater military, not in terms of weaponry, but in terms of preparedness and how it was all rolled out. The American war effort in World War II eventually was very impressive. Obama, the military right now is 18% smaller than it was under Obama, but
Biden will surrender.
Guys, I see you. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. Yeah, YouTube is saying we're experiencing buffers, error. Ah, boy. Hold on. If you're watching on one of the other formats, if you're watching on Twitch or Twitter, I don't know whether your video is pausing or not. YouTube is telling me that there's poor connection. If you see this, then I'm not going to talk to you. But if you can see this, I am trying to fix the glitch. You don't understand. We fixed the glitch, so things will naturally sort themselves out. It's going to be a really low-res broadcast, guys, on the... there it goes again. On the... there it goes again. So... Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Oh! We might be back. We might be back. And if you're just seeing this, click live on YouTube in the lower left-hand corner and you'll catch up to real time unless you want to watch everything that happened while I was waiting, which is just basically the TV. So I've connected to my cell phone, so hopefully now it will keep going. It's going to cost me money, but you know, what the hell? Maybe I'll get this audition that I just did, and then I can pay for it. Here we go.
But Bernie Sanders, the second most liberal person, you know, she's first, right? She's considered first. They want to raise your taxes 8.5%. So I'm glad to, right, Governor? He's saying more. It's probably more. What is the name of that, Governor? Rule what?
And the feed is coming in really jerky, too. It's, well, you can see on the screen, there's a big jerk.
Right? You know about it. Okay, you can't have a mint because they control Biden 100%. Biden
I want a mint.
is shot. You know he's shot, right? He's gonzo. Harris also urged their supporters to donate to a fund.
What?
That bail. Harris also 100%. Biden is shot. You know he's shot, right? He's gonzo. Harris also urged their supporters. You know about it. Okay, you can't have a mint because they control Biden 100%. Biden is shot. You know he's shot, right? He's gonzo. Harris also urged their supporters to donate to a fund that bailed out the rioters, the ones...
Biden shot. You know he's shot, right? Gonzo! Harrison also wears his sports. What the hell is going on? Let's watch that again. I'm not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating.
Knocked out your
Listen to
you
him.
know about it? Okay, you can't have him in because they control Biden 100%. Biden is shot. You know he's shot, right? He's gonzo. Harris also urged their supporters to donate to a fund that bailed out the rioters, the ones that knocked out
She whirs her supporters.
your towns, your cities. Not in Republican areas, by the way, all in Democrat areas. You look at Portland, how about that? We would have taken 15 minutes, we could have solved that. We told the governor, Democrat, let us in, we'll solve that problem. We went into Minneapolis, it took us a half an hour, that was over with. Unfortunately, they could have called a little earlier. And in Seattle, they gave up when they heard we were going in the next morning. But we would solve, look, all Democrat areas, New York going to hell. I feel so sad with New York. Crime is up 250%. Cuomo. A terrible thing has happened in New York. Look at Chicago, Democrat again. Crime is through the roof. They had a weekend, 87 people were shot and 16 died. Okay? Now, do you believe this isn't, hey, we're in Afghanistan. You don't lose many people. We're coming out, by the way. It's all coming. We're all coming back home. But you go to war zones, you don't have that. And we could solve it so easily. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, there's never been that chant before, seriously. We all like Ronald Reagan, I guess he'd be, but he never had that chant. We love you. Think of that. We love you. You're going to make me cry. Don't do that. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Make me cry, you'll destroy my image, and then you won't love me anymore. That'll be terrible. I appreciate it. Now I do, and I feel the same way. That's why I'm doing this. I had a good life before I did this stuff, believe me. My life was very simple and very nice. The Democrat Party's war on cops is inciting riots and putting police officers and American families in very grave...
That's what's doing it. It's the Democrats' war on cops that's inciting the riots. It's not the cops kneeling on people for 8 minutes and killing them. It's the Democrats' war. I knew it was something. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Grave danger. Unlike Joe Biden, I will always support the heroes of law enforcement.
Yesterday, by the way, if you missed it, it was on my Twitter feed in the rally. He said that they can't be blamed. The cops who choke and kill the unarmed people, they can't be blamed. It's just what it is. They can't be blamed for choking. What are you going to do?
And I was endorsed by almost every law enforcement group in the United States, including New York's finest, and Chicago, and Florida, and Texas, and Oklahoma, and every place. And I was just named, I have to say this happened today, the Man of the Year in their big magazine, the Blue Magazine. Good name for Man of the Year. So I just tell you that. For whatever reason, I tell you that. I'm the only one standing between you and a left-wing crusade. You know, you have people, they want to change our whole country.
Do they?
And the thing that's going to bring us back together is success. Because I'll tell you, we were ready.
He's talking about the Republicans, right?
I was getting calls 7 months ago.
Uh-huh.
We had the best employment numbers we ever had. We had the greatest...
That's not true. He's never had record low unemployment.
...success we've ever had. We were beating China at everything. You know, you kept...
Yep. China had 6.1% GDP. We had 2.3% GDP.
Hearing about China. We were beating everybody. And they were calling me, people that I wouldn't be speaking to generally.
Nobody was calling him.
Let's get together. It was happening, and then we got hit by the China plane.
Yeah, in January. They were calling you and saying, hey, you've been impeached. We want you to come in and be a witness. That's how they were calling. We'd really like to talk to you. Could you come in and talk to all of us? We're just going to, sit down, 30, 40 of us in a room. You're going to be by a microphone. We're just going to ask you some questions. We'd like to get to know you a little bit better.
Plague. And then we had to start all over again. But success brings us together. I saw it, and we saw it for 2 months. It was really going on. A new study of the Biden-Harris agenda found that their plans will crater the typical American family by more than $6,500. They're horrible.
They're going to crater the family?
Horrible plans to finance what? By more than six. It was really going on. A new study of the Biden-Harris agenda found that their plans will crater the typical American family by more than $6,500. They're horrible, horrible plans to finance what? The blue?
I don't think that's what his teleprompter says.
The new Green Deal.
It's the Green New Deal.
New Deal is the craziest thing, right? No more airplanes, no more double cars.
What?
No more, right? No more airplanes, no more. Deal is the craziest thing, right? No more airplanes, no more double cars. No more cows. If you have a ranch, you won't have cows anymore.
Guys.
No more you.
Guys, I am not giving up my double cars. No matter what.
You'll be next. In just 3 years, I increased family income by $6,000. And we're not even talking about the energy. Did you ever think you'd be seeing $2 gasoline again? And you got that? And it's plentiful, and we saved all our...
Gas was cheaper 4 years ago. I looked it up on Gas Buddy and AAA. Gas was actually cheaper. There was a guy yesterday. Anyway.
Energy job.
Oh, is that what they are? Devil cars. That's... Okay, now it makes sense.
All of our energy jobs we saved. Biden will eviscerate the middle class. My policies will lift the middle class to record highs, and that's where we're going very quickly. For the last 47 years, Sleepy Joe Biden shipped away your jobs, shut down your factories, threw open your borders, and ravaged our cities while sacrificing American blood and treasure in these endless, ridiculous foreign wars. In countries you never even heard of. Joe Biden is a servant of the left-wing global...
Producer Joanna, I know. I know what he meant to say. Thank you, though.
And lobbyists.
You're pretty helpy today, Producer Joanna.
The wealthy donors, the Washington vultures, who got rich bleeding America dry. You know, they raise a lot of money, the Democrats. You know why? Because they make deals.
Democrats?
They make deals. I would be the greatest fundraiser in history if I wanted to call Wall Street. I know them all. I want $10 million for my campaign. Yes, sir. All I have to say is, I want 10 million, I want 15, I want 25. I would set every record. But you know what happens when you do that? You're selling yourself out. When you have to do something, you can't do it anymore because you feel guilty.
So please, everybody, ignore those emails and texts and phone calls that you're constantly getting from the Trump campaign asking for money. And then when you agree to give the money, there's a little small print there that says we're going to take that same amount every week until the election. So please, just ignore all of those.
You see them setting all sorts of records. I know what the records are. The records are every time they set a record, they gave away everything. In 2016, you voted to fire this...
The audio is on their end, not ours.
Corrupt and decrepit political establishment. And you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first. About time. About time.
I'd like to sit down with those people behind him and just ask why. Why are we? Yeah! Like, what has Trump done? Is it just? So Sacha Baron Cohen has a show on Showtime, and it's called what? Hi America or something like that. Hello America, something like that. And it's on the YouTubes. I'll find it, or maybe I won't. Where he says, hey, you guys are getting $360 million for your little community in Arizona. And it's great news, everyone, right? 300, everyone's like, yay, so this is focus group. Yay, and we're going to build the biggest mosque outside of Mecca, everyone. Yeah, oh, wait. Straight on racism. Straight, no question about it. And one of the guys even says, yeah, I'm a racist. This is America? No, it's not This is America. Hold on, I'll tell you guys the name of the show. Call and... America Showtime, and it's coming up. Okay, with this internet, it's not going to work. Who is America? Who is America is the name of the show, and I will find. So if you don't have the Showtime, It is on the YouTube because Kevin Lee Daughter was showing me this the other day. Give me a second and I'll put a link in the chat room for you if I learn how to type. Okay. Oh yeah, it's the first, when you type in Who is America to YouTube, it's the first one that comes, is Who is America Mosque. And the full clip, look up Who is America Mosque full clip. Hold on, I'll get it. And okay, this is enough right here. Let me share it in the chat room. Okay, it's not letting me. One moment, I'm going to stop it so that it doesn't start to play and I get a copyright infringement. Here it comes. Putting it in the chat room right now. Boom. There you guys go. So you can click that now and open up another window or go back or whatever, but it is, it's really, really eye-opening. Except it's not eye-opening. It's just affirming what we all know. There's a whole bunch of deplorables out there.
It's about time. Joe Biden is always...
Meanwhile, and it's not even racist. It's religious, which really should be a word.
And always has been a corrupt politician. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician. And you know what? You knew that, and a lot of people knew it for a long time, but now you have the laptop. It's over. It's over.
Fox News passed on the laptop. That's how questionable the integrity of said laptop is. Fox News is like, yeah, no, we don't, we can't verify any of this.
And as far as I'm concerned, the Biden family is a criminal and...
Whoa. Banknote was, I don't think that he was actually touching himself in a Zoom call. Do we know that? And if we know that, please send a link, but not to the actual video.
Enterprise, and that's what it is. It's a criminal enterprise. Smoking gun emails shown. We just found them. You saw that. Did you see Shifty Shift? We think that the laptop was made by Russia. Oh, I see. Oh.
He does the worst, Adam Schiff.
Oh, he just said it was made by Russia. Here we go again. Russia did it. Russia. You know, the head of DNI, John Ratcliffe, who's fantastic, came out and said that was false information. Now, these are bad people. These are sick people.
Yeah, the head of DNI, John Ratcliffe, also said that he prosecuted terrorists when he was a district attorney in Texas. He did not. He did not prosecute any terrorists. But he claimed that on his campaign site.
Do you notice they never say it was made by China? Because they're all on the take. Smoking gun email show just came out that the Biden family used the vice presidency as a for-profit cash...
Yeah, we'll be covering the debate, hopefully, kids.
...machine, and that Joe Biden has been lying to the presidency as a for-profit cash machine, and that Joe Biden has been lying to the American public to cover it up. Remember, he said, no, I never met anybody from Burisma, is it? Is it Burisma? Actually,
it's Busharima, is what you said the other day. It's pronounced Burishimaraba.
That I understand, because he's got no memory left. It's gone. Is it Burisma? No, I don't really... And then they show a picture.
He does that every time he makes a mistake, and he attributes it to Biden. Like, oh, he didn't even know how to say Burisma. Is it Burisma? No, remember the other day where he said 4 or 5 different ways to Burisma Badaba? Wow, I'll play it for you. Here we go. I'm not going to play it yet. I will play it, though. Give me a second. Let's go back and...
From Burisma, is it? Is it Burisma? Profit cash machine, and that Joe Biden has been lying to the American public to cover it up. Remember, he said, no, I never met anybody from Burisma, is it? Is it Burisma? Actually, that I understand, because he's got no memory left. It's gone. Is it Burisma? No, I don't really... And then they show a picture of him playing golf with the head of Burisma. Ah, boy, oh, boy. If Biden wins, China wins.
Oh, sorry. It didn't record.
Remember, he said, no... Smoking gun email, profit cash machine, and that Joe Biden has been lying to the American public to cover it up. Remember, he said, no, I never met anybody from Burisma, is it? Is it Burisma? Actually, that I understand, because he's got no memory left. It's gone. Is it Burisma? No, I don't really... And then they show a picture of him playing golf with the head of Burisma. Ah, boy, oh, boy. If Biden wins, China wins. And China will own the USA. Remember what I said. The media and big tech is trying to hide the entire scandal. Do you believe what they're doing? They're taking people like a Charlie Kirk and others off if they even mention that Biden is corrupt. And they know he's corrupt, but he's their corrupt. He's so perfect for them. He's their corrupt.
Charlie Kirk gave incorrect information about voting, and that's one of the things that Twitter will block you for.
Because they know that publicizing these revelations would mean an end of Biden's presidential run. I think it's an end right now. Look, I think it's an end right now. How the hell can you do when you see the kind of things that they do where the big guy has to get at least 10%, the big guy? I wonder who the big guy is. Gee, I wonder. When you see if you put him as president, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You want to know the truth? I'm not just running against Biden. I'm running against the left-wing media, the big tech giants, and the Washington swamp. And I've been running against it from the beginning. And here I am all by myself. It's really, anybody else, they would have been in a corner right now, thumb in mouth saying, "Mommy, take me home. Mommy, I want to go home." No, it's great. You know why it's great, though? Because nobody's ever done what we've done. Nobody. Bring that swamp.
Banknote, I'm asking if they have any. So I saw your link, and it says he made an embarrassing, stupid mistake. I believed I was not visible on Zoom, but there's nothing in that link that you sent me about him masturbating on camera. It might have been that he just walked through the background with his camera on, but he didn't have pants on. That's exposing himself is different than actually masturbating. So maybe he was. I don't know. Does anybody know? Has anybody... Wait, did he say North Burisma? David, did I miss that? Oh, yay! They're going to mute mics at the debate if he interrupts. Awesome.
They flood your communities with criminal aliens, drugs, and crime while they live behind beautiful gated communities. They try to take away your guns while they enjoy private security, fully armed, by the way.
Pete Buttigieg.
Fully armed. How about Bloomberg? We are fighting guns, and he's got 5 guys around him with guns,
So this is Trump and projection.
Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. He was a strong Pennsylvania workers. Mind the cold, work.
No, that isn't it. Oh, wait. Or is it? Let's go.
What the plague not came in from China, but now there goes your aluminum industry, there goes everything.
No, that's a good one. But that's not the one. Hold on, guys. Let's look at another one here. That was Pennsylvania. This is Iowa.
Political scandal in U.S. history. But they refugee admissions by 700%, meaning 700%. We've already started. We will end surprise medical building. His alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So these Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. Real beautiful company. Company that his son worked for. That's Burmese. That's Burmese.
Burmamisma. Burmesia. I don't know where that is. What is it? Is it Burmesia? Burmesia? It's pronounced Burmesia. He explains it. It's pronounced. But yeah, that's what he does. Projection. We know about xenophobia. Now we have Burmesia. Whatever Trump is guilty of, he projects it on his enemy. Oh, you're the one. No, you're the one who is married to Melania. Well, nobody wants to see that.
They support crippling lockdowns while their jobs and their industry remain.
Olex, so does Olex, was he touching himself? Do we know that?
Totally exempt. It's time.
Okay, Vice updated their story to include a count from 2 people on the Zoom call who said that Tubin was handling his genitals. Is that masturbating? Was he handling his genitals? Was he walking past and adjusting himself? Or was he actually sitting there? Here, I'll show you guys. No.
To send a message.
You know I don't wear pants on screen. I mean, off screen.
These wealthy liberal hypocrites.
Yep, so he was doing the master. Okay, so everyone, just say it in your reports if that's the case. just let us know. Like, how many kids read the New York Times?
In Washington and in Silicon Valley, show them the American people are in charge by delivering their chosen candidate, Sleepy Joe Biden, who shouldn't even be their candidate. He should have lost because Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, if she would have dropped out the day before.
Can someone get me a sandwich, please? Are my kids watching? Can you guys get me a sandwich? Anyone?
Before Super Tuesday, Joe would have lost every single state to Crazy Bernie. It's a very simple business. But
yeah, eggplant would be good too, Marcy. Can someone get me an eggplant?
we have to show them, the Democrats, a thundering defeat on November 3rd. And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician. That's for sure.
He started running for presidency in the presidency in 2000. So he's been a politician for 20 years.
If I don't always play by the rules of the Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you harder than anyone has ever fought for you, which is true. And I'm fighting so hard. I had a great life. I'm fighting so hard because I love my country and because I'm determined to ensure that the forgotten men and women of this country are never forgotten again. And they won't be. They won't be. And we taught that lesson to them 4 years ago, but we're going to teach them again because this is the most important. You know, I used to go a few months ago say, well, I don't know, this is important, that's important. Which is more important? This is the most important election in the history of our country. The Biden agenda would be a catastrophe for Arizona seniors. Do we have any seniors in the House?
No, there's plenty of people criticizing Trump, so I hope Jeffrey Toobin gets whatever help he needs. If he has some sort of compulsive behavior, that's not good. And I wish him well. And I hope he enjoyed himself, which apparently he did.
Biden is pledging mass amnesty and free...
No, hey, if you guys have any questions about masturbation or have masturbatory habits, check out snoops.com. You'll find David there.
Federal health care for illegal aliens. You saw that, where he was up on the stage with his radical left Democrats. Who's willing to give free health care to illegal immigrants, right? They said to illegal immigrants, right? And everybody raised their hand and Biden couldn't get his up. Because he knew, you know, he's been doing this crap for 47 years, right?
We looked at that and Biden raises his hand and puts it down.
It's gone.
I think that might even been, oh, here he goes.
He couldn't, he knew it was wrong. But then he looked and his brain is shot, so he looked over there. And their hands were all up. Then he looked over there and their hands were all up. There were a lot of them. He knew it was wrong because it would be so horrible for our country. Because everyone's going to flood our country. You get free health care, right? You get free health care, you get free education.
Are you done with the story or is there more? Because I'll play it.
I jokingly said, and everybody gets a Rolls Royce. And CNN said, that's a lie. So what happened is he couldn't get it up, and then he looked, and he looked, and he got it up. And I said, thank you, we just won the election.
Going back to projection, Trump can't do something and blames it on other people, projects it on the other people. So apparently, Trump can't get it up.
He would decimate Medicare if he did that. And it's not going to be up to him. That's his party. That's what they want. They want socialized medicine. And he'll destroy your Social Security. While I'm president, no one will touch your Medicare or your Social Security. You know, the amazing thing, Biden's always complaining, oh, he didn't stop China fast enough, except he didn't want to stop him at all. You know, little things like this. But, you know, he's always complaining, and yet he was here for 47 years. Right? I say, Joe, it's not like you're an outsider. And it wasn't that long ago either. 47 years, and all he does is complain. Biden had 47 years to fight for seniors and reduce prescription drug costs, and look what I've done. And I've just exercised. They're going to come down 70, 80, 90%. Because I just did something that nobody thought anybody would do. A favored nations clause. We pay the lowest in the world. You'll see numbers that are shocking. They're not happy with me, the big pharma.
I think this is it. I think this is it, guys. Let me play it here. Let's find out.
Government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
There's Biden.
Okay.
There's Biden right there. Let's watch it again. Watch him. Watch his shoulder goes up. He won't put his hand up. Then he looks to the left and he can't find. Then he looks to the right and everyone's just watch Biden. Just watch him. No looking to the left, no looking to the right. Puts his hand up, puts his hand down. He's the first one to put it down. I mean, you could make an argument about that. Hand up, hand down. Back to Trump.
Big Pharma is spending a lot of money. When you see those ads, please remember, every one of those ads means your drug prices are coming down. They can't believe it. I tried to make a deal with them. I did. I tried. But we couldn't. In the end, we couldn't. They got too greedy. Too much money. Too much money. But, you know, last year we brought drug prices down 1%. I'm not bragging about it. It's the first time in 52 years.
It was 2 years ago, and it didn't reflect upon the consumer price.
That drug prices came down. But now we're going for the big one. Now we're going for the big one. And, you know, rebates. You know, the richest people, the middlemen. You know the middlemen about drugs? You know that? We have middlemen. Nobody knows who the hell they are. Never hear middle women. I hear middlemen, so we'll make it politically correct. Middlemen, middle. No, they're called middlemen. Nobody knows who they are. These guys are so rich. Who are they? I'll bet you Hunter gets a piece of the action, do you think? Hunter Biden is a middleman on top of everything else. He gets it from China. He gets it from Ukraine. He got $3.5 million from Russia, from Moscow. He got $3.5, and on top of everything else, he's a middleman. Nah, I'll bet he is. He probably gets a piece of the action. But instead, he sold seniors out to the drug lobby and to Big Pharma. That's middleman. Nah, I'll bet he is. He probably gets a piece of the action. But instead, he sold seniors out to the drug lobby and to Big Pharma. That's Biden Sr. I'm taking on the powerful special interest.
He's Soul Senior. Is that like a soul sister once she gets older? Hey, Senior, Soul Senior.
It's like never before. Nobody's ever done this before.
No.
Nobody's ever done it before. I mean, you know, for years you heard about drug prices. Nobody ever did anything. And now you hear about drug prices and they're dropping. They're going to be dropping like a rock. Also, I'm letting your governor, your great governor, buy until the thing kicks in and probably litigation. But, you know, I've exercised this whole thing with favored nations. So if Germany pays 10 cents for a pill and we're paying $2.50, and you have that kind of disparity, it's ridiculous, that we have the right to match. In other words, we get the lowest price. But until it kicks in, Canada pays half of what we pay. So I'm letting your governor and other governors go to Canada, buy your drugs through Canada, save 50%. We get rid of the middleman.
Hey, sister, soul sister.
The other thing we did very big, much less than what we're talking about, but very big, we capped insulin costs for medicine and Medicare. For Medicare plans at less than $35.
Did he say medicine or miscellin?
A month. People, what we're talking about, but very big, we capped insulin costs for medicine and Medicare. Much less than what we're talking about, but very big, we capped insulin costs for medicine and Medicare. For Medicare plans...
It's close enough to medicine. He just says it weird.
At less than $35 a month. People were dying because they couldn't afford insulin. 33 million seniors. 33, think of this. $35. But 33 million seniors on Medicare will soon be receiving $200 to help with their drug costs on top of everything else. Nobody's done. By the way, in all fairness, nobody has done anything like this. But your big thing is going to be... No,
does he, guys?
Think of
does anybody else hear Minison?
Because they couldn't afford insulin. Insulin costs for medicine and Medicare.
Yeah, he says Minison. You're right. You're right. Oh, it's.
The other thing we did very big, much less than what we're talking about, but very big, we capped insulin costs for medicine and Medicare. For Medicare plans at less than $35 a month. People were dying because they couldn't afford insulin. 33 million seniors.
Or Minison.
33, think of this. $35. But 33 million seniors on Medicare will soon be receiving $200 to help with their drug costs on top of everything else. Nobody's done. By the way, in all fairness, Nobody has done anything like this. But your big thing is going to be when you see what happens with the favored nations, because you've been hearing about it for years, where other countries are paying a tiny fraction of what we bear all of the cost because our politicians sold us out. They sold us out. But I'm not a politician, so it's one of the, I couldn't stand watching it. To battle the China virus, we launched the largest mobilization since World War II. Our early and
Yeah, no, that's his ass sticking out from behind the podium here. That is all Trump all the time.
aggressive action saved more than 2 million lives. I acted early to ban travel from China and how about this? You should have done it sooner. But in the meantime, when I did it, he called me xenophobic.
He didn't.
Right? And then months later, he agreed that I was right. And now he's saying, I should have done it sooner. This guy. I also banned it from Europe because I saw with it.
He didn't call you xenophobic. We have the evidence. You hadn't banned the travel from China when he called you xenophobic. He said you were xenophobic, not the travel ban. But do you have a counter argument to that? This guy! Oh, okay. Well, Trump wins.
With Italy and with Spain and with France. And by the way, they have a...
David Mickelson, I don't even know what this is referring to, but as usual, the president tried to circumvent Congress and give the appearance of making significant changes through a rushed and lackluster executive order that is nothing but bluster on drug prices.
Big spike right now.
Is that from Snopes? Or is that... all the favored nations and all that sort of stuff. Oh, it's going to kick in January. It doesn't do anything. Congress has to make these changes. They have the power. And the drug companies, they do a lot of donation to the Congress peoples.
Now, they have a...
That's the problem. We're broken. We're broken, people. And Trump can't fix it.
Very big spike right now, and we're doing good. We are rounding the turn. We have the vaccines coming and all, but even without, we're rounding the turn. People are pandemicked out. You know that? They're pandemicked out.
Yeah.
That's why it's so great when
225,000 of them are completely pandemicked out.
Your governor's done.
There's 8 million people that are sick of the virus, with the virus, from the virus.
Opened up your state. You're doing great. We pioneered life. And by the way, you get it. You know, like I say, here I am. I'm here. I'm here. And now I'm immune. I can jump into this audience and kiss every man and woman. I'm immune.
He got it and recovered. Therefore, everyone who gets it recovers. That's syllogisms.
Right? They say. It used to be you're immune for life. And then when I got it, I said I'm immune. They said it's only good for 4 months. See if anybody else. You understand that, right? I'll jump into that audience right there. We pioneered life-saving therapies and reduced the fatality rate 85%. Think of it. And I had it too. I didn't feel good. I feel not so great. And I'm not used to that. And we can't let that happen.
Go.
Fatality rate 85%. Think of it. And I had it too. I didn't feel good. I feel not so great. And I'm not used to that.
He felt not so great. Apparently, he still feels not so great.
And we can't let that happen to a president because we have to be at the top of our game. That's why you can't let Biden be president, because he's not at the top of his game mentally. Can't have that. One thing I can tell you.
Oh, Biden doesn't feel good? Like, is that what you're saying, sir?
Putin, President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un, all of them. Macron, they're very much at the top of their game. You can't let this happen to our country. You can't. But I was laying, and you know, if you're president, one thing you're guaranteed, lots of doctors. And they would grab me, they grabbed me by every part. They had hands all over me. I said, get the hell out of here. I just don't feel good. And we ended up, I used the drug Regeneron, which nobody ever thought about 6 months ago. And I woke up the next morning and...
You know, before we hit the virus, nobody was using Regeneron on the virus. So he's got a point there.
I was like, I felt like Superman. Get me out of here. I said, get me out of here.
There are multiple cases where people have gotten it twice.
And Eli Lilly makes a similar product.
Quiet. 2 cases just in Washington.
And we're going to distribute that. We're trying to get emergency use so we can do it faster because it's early. but it's fantastic, antibodies, and we're going to distribute it all over, and we're going to make sure that people that have a problem, they get the same drug as I got, and I'm telling you, it'll be the same result. It'll be the same result, and it's free. We're going to do it free. Companies are working with us. Because it's not their fault. It's China's fault. It's not their fault. But I woke up and I felt good. I said, get me out of here. Boom, Superman. Through Operation Warp Speed, we will have 100 million vaccine doses before the end of the year. And our military is going to distribute them. And there's nobody like our military.
They're chanting super ham. That's what I hear. I don't know what else it could be. Super ham, super ham.
The vaccine will end the pandemic, but even without the vaccine, the pandemic is ending. It's going to end. It ends with it. But you know, this can go quickly. This can make it go.
You know, like smallpox or polio or malaria. All the diseases just kind of end on their own eventually.
A lot faster. Biden's lockdown will crush America. My plan will crush the virus and bring back your American dream. So we're joined today by some very special people. A friend of mine, somebody that's been with me.
That's an excellent point, Olex. Olex says he's calling it Regeneron. That's the company, not the actual therapy, the monoclonal therapy. And Olex typed that on Apple.
From the beginning, I've been with him from the begining.
Just read Olex's chat because he said that much better. I screwed that up. I nailed my audition today, so I'm gonna screw up everything else. That's just the way that it works. Carbon neutral. Life's a balance. Nature.
He's very difficult because when he needs something for the state, like money, he'll call me all the time. I say, Doug, do me a favor, give me a break. But I guess that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what you want. He's supposed to call, and finally I'll say, all right, Doug, you got it. Get out of here. Promise not to call. Then he'll call me 2 weeks later. I need more. But he's a great governor, one of the greatest governors. He's done a fantastic job. You're down to very low numbers, by the way. Doug Ducey. Doug, please. And we want you to vote for Martha McSally. Save your Second Amendment.
McSally's down by like 85 points.
Save your Second Amendment. Doug, you want to come up? Come up, Doug. Come here for a second.
Scene.
Come on, Doug.
Soup or ham? Soup. That's what it was. There was the Antifa's there. Oh my God, Trump's in danger. Antifa, they're giving him a choice. Soup or ham. Soup, like when, in the olden days, if you're going to be stoned, they let you pick out your own stones. So, this is what's happening. Is someone in real time, can someone see if Trump was actually killed at the rally in Tucson?
I'll tell you, this guy has been a great governor. I don't know if you like him or not. I don't care. He's been a great governor. Come on.
Oh, he gets his own microphone?
Donald Trump will win Arizona.
Okay.
Donald Trump will be reelected President of the United States.
All right.
And along with Donald
Has he been in our chat room? Because he hasn't said anything of substance so far.
Trump and Mike Pence, Martha McSally, on November 3rd will join them in the U.S. Senate. Mr. President, because of your
She's up against an astronaut.
policies, Arizona's economy is booming.
It
Our
is not.
home values are rising faster than anywhere else in the nation, and Amy Coney Barrett will be confirmed to the Supreme Court.
Because of Arizona?
Biden,
right.
60 states will hear 73rd Donald.
At least he did an elbow bump.
Thank you, Doug. He's a great governor. He's a great, great governor. What a job he's done. And you know what? We're not going to take her time or anything, but Martha McSally is here. She's saving your Second Amendment.
He's
She's
not
been a
gonna let her
great,
speak.
great senator. Martha, come here, honey.
Oh,
She's been a
she
great,
is.
great
Okay, hold on.
senator.
We're
And
gonna see
just
this.
go out and vote for Martha McSally.
down by
Save
15
your
points?
Second Amendment. Save your Second
Is she
Amendment.
not going to speak?
Thank you, Lynn. I'll see you.
I believe that is an alien on her face. What happens is that the eggs get planted inside, the embryo grows, and see what she's wearing?
Down here. Thank you, darling.
That's the Arizona flag, by the way.
She's done a great job. And she's a worker, and she's a great fighter pilot. They told me all about her. Some of the pilots, they said she was a great fighter pilot. So thank you, Martha. Thank you. Thank you, Doug. We also have a congressional candidate that they say is a star in the making. I've heard it from a lot of people. Vote for Brandon Martin. Where's Brandon? Thank you, Brandon. Unemployment, including more than 1.5 million Hispanic Americans. That's a record.
Wait, did he say, hey, come here, honey? I didn't even notice.
And I'm doing very well in the polls with Hispanic Americans, but I always like you and you always like me. The fake news just didn't know that. Our policies are lifting up all Americans of every...
Can I just say, whoever's moderating in the chat room, there's probably a couple of moderators in there right now. You guys are kicking ass tonight.
income.
You guys are like, you guys are letting chats through. Like Joanna G just made a comment, what a douche. And you guys let it through within a half a second. So nicely done. I don't know if I'm on delay or what, but thanks to the moderators.
Since the China virus,
Hold on,
6 years, more than 5 amendment. She's been a great, great senator. Martha, come here, honey. Second Amendment. She's been a great, great senator. Martha, come here, honey. She's been a great, great senator. And just go out and vote.
That's how you talk to the senators, honey.
Vote for Martha McSally. Save your Second Amendment.
Come here, honey. The women in the suburbs love him.
Brandon, good luck, man. I hear it's going good? Good. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon Martin. Thank you, Brandon.
I don't have a problem with that.
You're going to do great. I heard you're doing really well.
He's set in his ways.
Under my administration, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world, and now we're doing it again. You know, it's Make America Great Again, right? I say, Make America Great Again, again. We did it, and now we had to do it again. It's all right. It's happening.
Thanks for explaining that, because I was like, wait, Make America what?
It's happening much faster. It looks like a super V. In my first 3 years, we increased family income more than 5 times again.
Chuck voted. Good job, Chuck.
In all 8 years under the last administration. Think of that. 5 times more in the first 3 years. 5 times more than 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration. That's not even believable.
Of the what?
Of the Obama. First 3 years, 5 times more than 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration. That's not even believable. African-American unemployment.
I don't even know how to spell that. I mean, this is...
Hispanic American unemployment, Asian American unemployment all reached record lows, the lowest in the history of our country. We lifted 6.6 million
and white people unemployment did not. And we didn't as a country.
Americans out of poverty, including more than 1.5 million Hispanic Americans. That's a record. And I'm doing very well in the polls with Hispanic Americans, but I always like you and you always like me. The fake news just didn't know that. Our policies are lifting up all Americans of every income. Since the China virus, we created 11.4 million American jobs. It's a record, too. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Lost more than 22 million. So...
You know, the unemployment rate, and normally I wouldn't be happy about this, right? But the unemployment rate a week ago hit 7.8%. Think of that. Now, we were hearing 42, it's going to go to 42, it's going to go to 44, it's going to go to 38. 7.8% and heading this way. Think of that. Would you believe that?
Yeah, because we saved 50 million jobs by pumping the economy with the PPP. You know, socialism. So yeah, I believe that.
Normally I wouldn't say it because we were at 3.4. Would you believe that? Normally I wouldn't say it because we were at 3.4.
Does he get the M in there? I guess he does. It kind of sounded like Norley to me.
3.5 and heading even better than that, but that's okay. We'll be there soon. After the virus left China, we experienced the smallest contraction of any major Western country and the fastest recovery anywhere in the world.
Both of those are not true.
From an economy standpoint.
He kind of gets the M in there. I'm not even going to bother with that one.
And we've already cut the unemployment rate in less than half. That's a fantastic thing. Under Biden and Obama, it took over 3.5 years for Arizona to regain 60% of the jobs lost in the crisis, and we've done it in 4 months. Think of that. And it wasn't our fault. Wasn't our fault. Manufacturing production is up 61%. Retail sales are up, 121%. That means more than pre-4.
Since? You want to give us some reference there? Since all the stores were closed?
For the pandemic. And automobile production, nobody's going to believe this one, is up 350% since April lows.
Since April, when the plants were shut down. Yeah, no, I believe that. I completely believe that. Because nobody was working.
350%.
That actually sounds low.
I have a way that we can stop it. Elect Sleepy Joe. No, who has a 401k? Okay. So if I
Oh, hey, Patrick.
told you that your 401ks and you're all at record highs are very...
It's a good point. 121% of a small number is still a small number. But it is more than double that small. No, it's not. Yeah, no, you're right, Patrick.
Close, right? If I told you that your 401ks will be cut in half and much worse than that, that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up in a depression with this guy. He's going to raise your taxes by...
Well, he was vice president for 8 years and the stock market tripled, so... Honestly, that's just fucking stupid to say.
4 or 5 times. And they're going to put on regulations. Every company's going to say, let's get out of here. Because I'll tell you, the regulation cuts, which are more than any administration's ever done, the regulation cuts in the...
That is probably true. I haven't seen anyone fact check that, because how? I mean, I suppose you could go and check every single regulation, but why?
Their own way were more important than the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. Thank you, man.
It wasn't the biggest tax cut.
As president, I've been delivering for our incredible Hispanic American community like nobody has done before. And I'm fighting for school choice, safe neighborhoods, and Hispanic-owned small businesses. Joe Biden would wipe out your small businesses with lockdowns and regulations.
There it is, businesses.
Joe Biden would all businesses and Hispanic-owned small businesses. Joe Biden would wipe out your small businesses with lockdowns and regulations. You know, he said the other day, oh, I'd lock it down. Oh, great. Thanks a lot, Joe. We appreciate it. And devastate.
He didn't say the other day that he would.
Your family.
He says he wanted to avoid lockdowns. That's what Joe Biden said in the debate, which wasn't a debate because Trump chickened out of the debate. He said he wanted to avoid lockdowns.
With massive tax hikes.
Good night, Ruth Ann.
He will wage war on Catholic organizations, ban charter schools.
Joe Biden is Catholic and goes to Mass every Sunday, so what?
Fund extreme late-term abortion. And he'll let socialists run wild. And we will never have...
Like without clothing? Why? What's wrong with releasing the socialists into the wild?
A socialist country. We will never have it. We can't. We won't have a country. That's why we're going to win a record share of the Hispanic vote this November. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. For decades, our politicians spent trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting foreign wars, defending foreign borders. But now we are finally protecting our nation, rebuilding our cities. We are protecting our borders. You know, the wall is almost finished, right? Our southern border. And by the way, the biggest beneficiary maybe happens to be Arizona. That wall, how good is the wall? The governor was telling me before they stopped coming in. Now they come in legally. Now the wall is great. Goes down deep and it goes up high. No more tunneling. And we're bringing our jobs, our factories, our troops back home in the USA where they belong, right? Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. Our southern border is now. And I want to thank Mexico. Mexico has right now 27,000 troops guarding our border. How about that? And we built almost 400 miles of the wall. We're averaging about 10 miles a day, and it's the best. It's exactly what Border Patrol wanted. I said, I'd like to just put up concrete plank. They said, no, sir. We got to have it this way, sir. We gave them we gave them everything they wanted, and they're really happy, and it's had a huge impact. We've got the best border that we've ever had. And you know what? You have a big chunk of it right here, and it's really worked. You have 200 miles, they tell me, 200 miles. 200 miles, I didn't even know you had. That's a lot of mileage. You're not paying a damn cent for it either. All compliments of the federal government, right? Remember when Nancy Pelosi, they all said, we don't need a wall. Walls are obsolete. Two things don't get obsolete: walls and wheels, right? Everything.
And rope and buckets.
Everything else is obsolete.
Yep. Holes also. Never thought of that, but holes. You need holes. They do the purpose every time.
You know, they developed a new chip yesterday. In about 15 minutes, it's going to be obsolete. They developed a new computer. 15 minutes, obsolete. The two things that will never be obsolete: a wheel and a wall. Remember the Democrats? They said, no, we want drones. We want drones. So you can have drones watching everybody pour into the country. No.
We do have drones. It's part of the weaponry that the Border Patrol uses.
Nope. 200 miles of wall in Arizona, and you got it all. It's all done. Joe Biden's party continues to attack our incredible border agents, and they are, more than half of whom happen to be Hispanic Americans. I know a lot of them. Right? There we go. Yo. This are guys here. Am I right? Right? The Republican Party will always stand with the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. These are incredible people. They're doing an incredible job. My opponent's immigration plan is the most extreme proposal ever put forward. Biden's plan would eliminate U.S. borders by implementing nationwide catch and they want nationwide eliminate U.S. borders. By implementing nationwide, Biden's plan is the most extreme proposal ever put forward. Biden's plan would eliminate U.S. borders by implementing nationwide catch and they want nationwide catch and release. You know what catch and release is?
Implementing nationwide. Implementing nationwide. We're putting it everywhere.
Catch them.
Is he doing Borat right now?
Take their name. They could be murderers, rapists, and then you release them into our country. Guess what? We don't do that anymore, okay? That wasn't easy. But it would have made every community into, and they want to make every community into a sanctuary city.
I was just only joking about implementing nationwide restrictions. Happy Fuzz.
And they want to suspend all removals of illegal aliens. So what they're doing, and this is done by Crazy Bernie, right? You know, Bernie Sanders made a deal. We call it the manifesto.
Nationwide is on your side.
With Joe Biden. And it's further left than Bernie ever was. Joe did a great job of negotiation. It's supposed to bring him to the right. He brought him to the left. It would mean the total nullification of U.S. borders over.
He just said nullification. He said he read it correctly. Holy crap.
Overwhelming every city and town in America. MS-13 and criminal cartels would rampage throughout our country freely. If Biden wins, your borders are gone, which means your health care is gone.
Look at this lady over here. She's just like, how long do I have to with the sign. Did everybody win yet? Did we win?
The middle class is gone, and
I'm
your
just gonna hold
safety
it
is
still.
gone. Other than that, he's
Yeah.
doing quite a good job.
Why am I doing this?
From the
Oh,
moment
more.
I took office, I worked
More.
night and day to stop illegal
More.
immigration. It wasn't easy, and now we've got it.
Stopping. More.
And stopping it for Arizona
More.
that was a big deal. I ended catch and release. I closed the lobbyist loopholes. I took down the smugglers and coyotes. These are not nice people, by the way. And I kept my promise to the American people. We are finding the drug dealers all over, and we are arresting.
She's impressive. By the way, did you know that women are better at holding their arms out than men? It's not a joke. That's a thing. If you ever want to, was that some grade 6 or something like that? Our teacher said, no, girls are strong at something, and men are stronger at others, or boys are stronger at others. We're like, no, hey, girls can't do that. So you take a girl, give her a couple of textbooks, and have her hold them out like this, except her whole arms. So those are my hands. Hold on, they're gonna stay on the end of my arms, okay? Just so everybody isn't confused, right? You put anything on there. You put some sterile bandages on there. That's not heavy enough. But you see what I'm saying? Women can do this for a lot longer than guys can. So the fact that she's holding this sign out, you guys have like extra muscly parts right here. I don't know how else to say it. Hold on. Am I gonna get in trouble for CNN for doing this right now? I'm just gonna, is my camera, hold on. I'm just gonna, there we go. Just gonna take that. Give me a second here, guys. All right, I'm gonna let the rally do its thing.
The drug dealers like they have never been arrested before. We're finding the predators. We're finding the gang members. We're finding MS-13 killers, and we are either throwing them in jail or sending them the hell back home where they came from. We invested $2.5 trillion in our military. We have the greatest equipment now anywhere in the world. And you know, when I first got here, a very highly overrated general told me, sir, we have no ammunition. I said, no president should ever hear that. We have no ammunition. Truly, this was a general who I didn't have a lot of respect for, but he said we had no ammunition. So I said, well, we're going to have to do something. We got $2.5 trillion. We now...
Oh, for those of you who paid money for me to get a haircut, I can't get the haircut yet because the part that I'm up for, this hair would actually work for it, believe it or not. Just that's the way that it works.
Now are the envy of the world. We have weapons the likes of which nobody in the world has. Russia, China, nobody. And
he's being especially boring today. Judges, he is being especially boring.
For our vets, we passed VA choice and VA accountability. We killed the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. And we took out the world's #1 terrorist and mass murderer of American troops and many, many people. Soleimani is dead. I withdrew from the last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. $150 billion, $1.8 billion in cash. Not the best deal. It would have been ending now almost anyway. I recognize the true capital of Israel and opened...
It's a 10-year deal made 4.5 years ago, so no.
Opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. They've been working on that for 52 years. I got it done in 2 hours. And instead of the endless wars, we're forging peace in the Middle East. No blood in the sand. I did more in 47 months than Joe Biden did in 47 years.
Hasn't been there for 47 months. Moving on.
A vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities, great jobs, a limitless future, and for the American dream. It's for the American dream. Remember, you know, the Republican Party is the party of Abraham Lincoln, right? The party of American. You know, Abraham Lincoln, I tell that to people, they never knew. They said, gee, I never knew that. But Abraham...
I mean, it is called the Party of Lincoln, so he didn't know. Again, projection. Today is projection day with the president. He did not know.
Abraham, Honest Abe was a special person. But in conclusion, over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing.
In conclusion,
Super
here comes winning, winning, winning.
Power of the world. And we will end our reliance on China once and for all. It's already happening. We will hire more police, increase penalties.
He associates with Lincoln because he's wearing a wig.
For assaults on law enforcement. And we will ban deadly sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
We will uphold religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah. Here comes.
We will strike down terrorists who threaten our citizens, and we will keep America out of these ridiculous foreign wars. Foreign wars. Countries you've never...
Is there a war that you'd like to have here in the country instead? You can just say war.
Even heard of. We will maintain
WHIG at random. Lincoln wore a hat.
America's unrivaled military might, and we will ensure peace through strength.
Strength, yeah.
We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency. It's already done. It's all signed. Starts on January 1st. It'll be more important. Transparency. It's already done. It's all signed. Starts on January 1st. It'll be more important watch than health care. It'll be even more important. I'm telling you, it's the numbers you're talking about. Price transparency, remember. Further reduce the cost of prescription drugs, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions, always. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. It's happening soon. And NASA is now the space center of the world again. It was a mess. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag.
USA, USA, USA.
And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, "In God We Trust." For years...
Is God there? Did he just point to God?
You had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Arizona.
I apologize for America right now. Everybody out there watching in the other lands. In the foreign countries, I apologize for America. This is not what we chose, by the way. This is not what the American people chose.
This is the most important election in the history of our country. It's the most important. I never thought I'd be saying that. It's the most important.
We love trucks. We love trucks. We love trucks. We love trucks. We love
Thank you
trucks.
very much. Very much appreciated. This is the most important election in the history of our country. And I never thought I'd be saying that. But I'm seeing where these people want to take us. They want to take us into a land that's never worked. Look at Venezuela. It's the same ideology, same philosophy. It's just a much bigger version, but it can happen. We can't let it happen. The United States will never be a socialist nation. Can't happen. So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, get your...
Hold on, I don't care what it is. Yeah, you say vote, vote, vote. Yeah, get your boss if you have one. Tell him, get out there, boss, and he'll say, I'm the boss. Allison's telling a story. Heavenly Father, you just reminded me of when Connor was 2. We were living in Missouri, and he was saying, Connor have hair, Casey have hair, Mommy have hair. Our friend was over, and he was bald. So Charles the bald friend came over, and he thought for a second and said, "Him have hat."
Your boss and get out and vote. From Phoenix to Flagstaff, from Mesa to Yuma, from Tombstone, what a great name, to right here in Tucson.
Tombstone is not a great name. That's not what you want for a name.
We stand on the shoulders of
Hold on, I can buy followers?
red-blooded American patriots who poured out their heart, sweat, and soul for our liberty and for our freedom. This great, great, great state. I love this state.
If Connor had said Baldwig, I would have been right with you there. No, it's a cute story. It's a very cute story. You kind of screwed up the wording on the second one, so I was trying to figure out what the end of the story was. But it worked, I think. Did everybody enjoy Allison's story? Everybody, judges? They did. They did enjoy the story. So good job, Allison.
I love this state. No, it's been, you know what? Arizona's been good to me from the beginning. From the beginning, from day one, right? We had the big victory. My first speech was in Arizona, right? Remember? Phoenix. Remember that?
Where?
We had the was in Arizona, right? Remember? Phoenix.
Phoenix.
My first speech was in Arizona from day one, right? We had the big victory. My first speech was in Arizona, right? Remember? Phoenix. Remember that? And we had this big convention hall. I said, how the hell are you going to fill it? And we had that thing packed, and there were lines outside. They couldn't get in. I said, wow. And that's when the fake news started saying, what the hell is going on with this Trump guy, right? Remember that in Phoenix, the big convention center was packed, and there were thousands and thousands of people. It was my first speech, and they started saying, what's that all about? Even I said, what's that all about, right? But I'm glad we all did it. We did it together, and this was the first place, Arizona. Thank you very much. Thank you. This great state was settled by some of the toughest men and strongest women ever to walk the face of the earth.
By the way, his first campaign speech was in New York. He came down the escalator. Some of you might remember that, especially the Mexicans. Some of you, I assume, are good people. Some of you. He had 10,000 Mexican employees he bragged at one point. Didn't know if any of them were good people, but some I'm sure there's a good Mexican out there somewhere, he said.
Arizona is where Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday became American legends. Wyatt Earp. It's where the great American West became the American dream. And Arizona is the state where generations of pioneers and prospectors, miners and ranchers, cowboys and cattle hands, marshals and lawmen tamed the frontier, braved the blazing sun like I'm doing right now.
Wow, guys, I am sorry. I have become so mainstream media, I totally forgot his first campaign speech.
But if it does, so be it.
Vice President Gore appeared on Iowa Press last Sunday. Next, New York business developer Donald Trump. In his first speech since announcing his Reform Party Exploratory Committee, the possible presidential candidate spoke to the Cuban-American National Foundation in Miami last Monday evening.
This is a special treat, guys. Nobody else is going to show this to you.
So what Jorge is saying is that when Cuba's free, I get the first hotel? Is that true? Sounds like a good deal to me. Well, this all began as just a little talk. I was going to come down from Palm Beach real quick and speak in front of 100 people. And this turned out to be thousands, and it turned out to be lines that are waiting outside to get into the room.
Same shtick. Same shtick 20 years later.
But we really didn't want to delay you.
Or not.
And I also didn't want to delay myself because it's time to go back. I will tell you this, that Jorge Mas has done an amazing job for you folks. He is fighting endlessly and tirelessly, and he just...
Oh, did he do the mic touch as soon as he got there, Tud? Tud. Tud Stobler is pointing out Yes, Trump did the mic touch. I got to go back and watch.
Will
I just love
Turner
that
can
so
speak
much.
in front. This all began. So what?
He does. Holy crap.
Thank you very much.
Or not. Yep.
So
Moves it. A little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up. Control issues.
So I want to congratulate you on deals, business deals. I've had a lot of offers, and sadly, it's all been very recently, to go into Cuba on deals, business deals, real estate and other deals. And I've
This is
rejected
C-SPAN
them
pausing.
on the basis that I will go when Cuba's free.
They were making backdoor deals in Cuba far after that, by the way, which they were trying to bury in 2016. Go ahead.
As you know, and the people in this room know better than anyone, putting money and investing money in Cuba right now doesn't go to the people of Cuba. It goes into the pockets of Fidel Castro. He's a murderer. He's a killer.
Queen.
He's a bad guy in every respect. And frankly, the embargo against Cuba must stand, if for no other reason than if it does stand, he will come down. He will tumble down, and it'll finally happen.
Well, that didn't work, but okay.
What a
Trump was wrong. Go figure.
waste of energy and time and effort if this government opens up Cuba before Castro is gone. It's going to line his pockets. The country will become wealthy again, and it'll have the same regime it's had for so many years.
C-SPAN.
And that's a regime headed by Fidel Castro. And it's inconceivable
Yeah, we got that. Thank you.
to me
Even back then, he was America's teacher.
when I see the weak stance taken by our current administration. Inconceivable that this can happen, especially with the spirit in this room, because the spirit of the Cuban people is beyond any spirit that I've seen by
Same shtick.
any people, and I've been watching it for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Things can change. I'm in a city
He is in a city.
called New York City, where I spend most of my time. And I'll tell you that in the early 90s, New York City was in terrible, terrible shape. People would say, what do you do? And I'd say, well, I'm a developer in New York. And they'd say, gee, that's too bad. It had a terrible image, a terrible reputation. Crime was through the roof. Every problem you could have, it had. And now, just really a few years later, we have the greatest and the hottest city in the world.
No, Miami's pretty hot.
Everybody wants to be there. Everybody loves it. And the change has been unbelievable. In the early 90s, and I'll tell you this little story. I've said it a couple of times before, but not often. But in the early 90s, to show you how bad things were in New York.
Biden couldn't get his arm up. He looked over there. He looked over there.
I was walking down the street with a young and very beautiful woman named Marla. Did anybody ever hear that name before? And I was on 5th Avenue and 57th
Go ahead.
Street. And I pointed to a man across the street right in front of the doorway to Tiffany. And I said,
Isn't it Tiffany's? Is it Tiffany?
do you know who
This is 1999 when he ran for president.
that man is? And she said, yes. Isn't it a shame? He's a beggar. And I said, well, do you know that he's worth $900 million more than I am? And she looked at me somewhat naively, although perhaps she wasn't as naive as I thought. And she said,
suspense.
What do you mean, Donald? He's not worth $900 million, is he? I said, no. Let's assume he's worth nothing, monetarily, of course. But I'm worth right now minus $900 million.
Wow. Are you guys hearing? Wow. Secondly, Ivanka has told this story and said that it was her, not Marla.
And you know, she didn't run away. She didn't run down the street. Perhaps it would have been a good thing. And that's where we were in New York. That was the early 90s. The city was a disaster. My company was in trouble. I was in trouble. And today, my company is much bigger and stronger, wealthier, more by any definition you want to go than it was in the 1980s, which...
Does anybody remember in 99 how Trump was actually doing? I mean, I know we haven't seen the taxes yet.
Everybody thought was such a good time.
I know early 90s he was. That was when he lost $1 billion a year.
The point is that things can turn around, and they can turn around very rapidly. I've gotten to know and become friends with a lot of people today, a lot of great people, a lot of people with tremendous spirit.
Spirit. Yes, we do.
I also, if I step back, watch and see our government policies, not only in Cuba, but on lots of other things. And it's not policy by common sense, because we don't have too much common sense in our government. And I see the spirit.
Patrick's correct. I was about to go bankrupt, but then, through means that are entirely not illegal, I am now worth billions.
That we have.
He was doing ads for McDonald's.
With regard to Cuba, and then I see the politicians.
Senators make some pretty good money, actually. And senators are also able to invest, and senators are also able to buy houses, and a lot of senators come from money in the first place. Take a look at how many of them are lawyers from rich families, etc. So yeah, senators can have some money. And the thing is, if they are being corrupt, they get caught.
Not only disregarding that spirit, because sometimes you have to do that, but just totally going the wrong way on a policy that would be so simple, and frankly, after many, many years, is ready to work. And that's the opening up of Cuba to investment by people such as myself and lots of...
He was just saying 10 minutes ago that the embargo had to stay. Okay.
...of others. But we must not reward Fidel Castro with trade, hard currency, or respect.
Go ahead.
Castro's jails are full of dissidents, as you know very well. His graveyards are full of patriots, and this program of coming to this country, and all of a sudden, senators and various other people that were side of Fidel Castro, and
I hope this whole speech isn't about Castro.
Fighting Jorge and fighting all of the people that, frankly, were at one point a battle that would be won or almost won by now. So I believe the progress that's taken place due to people like Senator Bob Torricelli, who I guess most of you folks know.
Senator Florida.
I believe that you will have victory. I believe you'll have victory sooner rather than later. Now, I saw
And here we are 21 years later, and womp womp.
I saw
Trump was wrong.
Castro the other night on television, and he's not looking good. He's lasted a lot longer than a lot of you people have really hoped, but he has lasted. But it's not looking good right now. And you will win. You are going to win. And I'm going to be down here and I'm going to watch you win. I don't know what capacity I'll be. I'll either be the greatest developer in the country or the greatest president that you've had in a long time. I'm not sure.
In a short period of time, 2 weeks.
I do know that if I could meet Castro right now, something I'd prefer not have to do, but if I could meet Castro right now, I'd have personally 2 words for him. Adios, amigo.
He spoke Spanish. He was Spanishing.
This trip has been very unusual. I'm very spoiled. I live in a large house up the road in Palm Beach, and I came down. Your police force has been phenomenal. I've never gone from point A to point B so quickly in my life. I didn't even know we were here. It was incredible. But
you might still get to see Kevin Lee Daughter cut my hair. I have to wait and see if I get this part. This part right here. Go ahead.
They have been amazing, and I want to just compliment them. Really professionals. But I've learned a tremendous amount. Jorge has taken me to more. I have met more Cubans than I knew existed.
Same speeches.
And they are
right down to the complimenting of the officers.
Great people. And now I'm friends, and I'm going to be here whenever you need me. And I just want to end by saying, Via con Dios, folks. We'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
So I don't speak the Spanish, but isn't it via? Do we say via? Is that not? I don't. Is there some Spanish accent that says via con Dios? I know it means go with God. I say via con carne, which is go with meat, which honestly better. Conidos? Condinos? I don't know. It's via. V-A-Y-A. Via con Dios. Yeah. Via. I don't know. Does anybody besides via con Dios? Yeah. All right. I'm going to record that.
And now I'm friends, and I'm going to be here whenever you need me. And I just want to end by saying, Via con Dios, folks. We'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. Terrific people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where was I in 1990? Oh, that's right. I wasn't caring about this.
Everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
See if he grabs anyone by the pussy before he leaves.
Donald Trump made his remarks.
Oh, yeah. So that was Donald Trump on the C-SPAN running for president in 2000. All that nonsense of he ran one time and he won, complete nonsense. He ran for president. He ran through one primary on the Reform Party. He ran in California. And for the Reform Party in California, he could only get 15% in the primary. 15%, so he dropped out. Dropped out on Election Day, or on February 14th, Valentine's Day in 1999. So that was a treat, kids. Let's finish up with this. We still haven't gotten to winning.
I'm going to be like a... You're going to see me to blazing sun like I'm doing right now. I'm going to be like a... You're going to see the blazing sun like I'm doing right now. I'm going to be like the frontier, brave the blazing sun like I'm doing right now. I'm going to be like a... You're going to see me tomorrow. I'm going to look like a lobster. You're going to say, look what we did to him. They said, would you like to wear a hat? I said, there's no way I'm wearing a hat. I got to show these. We got to show strength.
As opposed to a bloodied creamsicle?
Right? Strength. And showed the entire world how the West was won. This is it. They helped make America into the greatest nation in the history of the world, and the best is yet to come. It's happening. Proud citizens like you helped build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting. And we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glory.
This is one. He does this all the time. For whatever reason, doing this, he doesn't do the what. Just use one. It's right there for you. One.
Glorious nation.
Complete disconnect between what he's reading and the rest of the reality of the world.
Under God. And together with the incredible people of Arizona, we have made America powerful again.
Oh, we've done it.
We have made America wealthy again.
Okay, will we make America safe again? Because he's always saying we will make America safe again, because his whole thing is selling that it's not safe right now because of the Democrats.
We have made America strong again, our military.
This is strong.
We have made America proud again.
Where?
We have made America proud again. We have made America proud again.
Is he a vinyl record right now and someone just slowed him down a little bit?
We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again.
I did not realize there was a G in America.
And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Arizona. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Thank you.
Da, 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 oh, that's it. The Trump campaign ended the stream almost immediately, so we're not going to see us dancing. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff to do. It's coming up on 6 o'clock here, and I'm going to eat because nobody brought me a sandwich. We will see you, I'm sure, tomorrow. Maybe later this evening. There was another broadcast from earlier today, another rally. I haven't watched that. There was all kinds of good stuff in there. So much this weekend. He did 187 rallies, and I missed them all because I was concentrating on this audition. It went really well. I nailed it, which means I won't get it. But it's fun to do. We'll see you, I don't know, later, whatever. Dr. Howard sent me a DM. I'll take a look at that. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye because I am starving right now, guys. I will see you all soon. Be good. You go sleeps.
Kevin, thanks for that.